Uh-huh. So a lot of people have been discussing this whole Keke Palmer, Darius Jackson saga over the past few days. Y'all know on the Ox Show, we don't do mess. We don't do tea. We don't do none of that. None of that. We don't do drama. But we will talk about something if there is a cultural relevance, a context that we should approach where there's some value to be obtained from the dialogue, from the experience, from what's going on. I think this is one of those opportunities. The reason why I say that is because there's such a vast array of opinions around this particular topic. Okay. Now, of course, if you haven't paid attention, and let me say this right here before I even go into what happened, but let me say this. There's a lot of other things, way more important things in the world that are worth discussing. There's the storms. There's the crazy mudslide that happened in California. There's the flooding that's going on on the East Coast. There's these horrific storms that just continuously pop up. There's this heat, 120 degrees in some areas of the country. People are dying. A few people have died from heat exhaustion, heat stroke, heat exposure. But I think the reason why this topic is worthy of conversation because it reflects our families. It reflects our relationships. It reflects a tone, a mindset of our community that should be addressed on both sides, on both the male and female side, on both the men and the women. The responses have been, for me, almost like awestruck. I'm like, what? That's how you see that? That's what you think about that? Interesting. But I think it's an example. It's an indication of where we are in culture, where we are in society, where we are in our relationships, where we are in our families. So the question comes up is it appropriate for a woman, a professional woman, a classy woman? Is it appropriate for her to dress in such a fashion in public? Some of y'all even angry and upset that I would even fix my mouth to ask that question. Who are you, Akintunde, bald head joker? Old joker? You too old to be having this conversation. That's the problem with y'all jokers now. You a toxic male. This is toxic masculinity on steroids. I hear the conversation. I already see the comments coming. But I'm still asking the question. Is this appropriate for a woman with contracts, with endorsement deals on a major big 3 television network in the morning? Is that appropriate? Is that appropriate for a mother? Is that appropriate for someone in a committed relationship? Because they're not married. That's a big part. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. They're not married. But is it appropriate? Is it appropriate just on a pure decency level? Man, this is a conversation that I think we need to have because in the same vein, my sister India Ari did some old school elder correction. Of course, India Ari we about the same age. But she came out and she put out a statement after Megan Thee Stallion and after Janelle Monáe ran amok at the Essence Awards. I'm going to say it like I felt it. Foolishness, debauchery, ridiculousness, old-fashioned hoism, if you allow me to say. Oh, I know y'all don't like that, but that's what it was. Call it what it is. Call it what it is. Stop tiptoeing around these conversations, these topics. That's old school debauchery. And India Ari called it out in a nice, sweet, loving way. Much nicer than I just said it just now. I was like, nice, sis. 3-point. All net. Nice. Swoosh. Plus the foul. Because people came at her. What's appropriate today? The topic that I put in Facebook, on Facebook and on Clubhouse is Keke and the Cheeks. But it really is the broader culture, the broader conversation, our relationships, our families, and our children. What are we saying? Is that going to age well? Is that dress going to age well? Is that going to age well in 15 years when their child is a teenager? And you waiting up and you're telling somebody what time they should come in the house, what they should or should not do. Is that going to age well? Let's have this conversation, y'all. It's going to be good right here. Ooh, I know it's going to be some fire comments in here today, but I'm ready for them. I know it's going to be some I don't understand, I don't like it, or I agree, or I disagree. It's going to be all of that today. I'm going to see what Donna got to say. I'm going to see what Pastor Tuck got to say, and I'm going to see what y'all got to say.
Stop walking in front of the prophet.
Let's get this conversation started. Let me see who is in the room already. Yeah. Let's see who's here on Clubhouse. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Vanessa. Good morning, Melvin. Good morning, Allison, or Ellison. Did I say that right, brother? I don't want to mess your name up. Good morning, Reginald. Good morning, sir. Christina, good morning. Sherry, good morning. Ashley, Bailey, Canada. What's up, sis? Good morning. Michelle, good morning. How you doing? Samara, good morning. Love the picture, Samara. Nice lighting. Is that a professional picture? Very nice. Sister Wendy, good morning, sis. Love the hair. I love it. Paul, what's up, Paul? How you doing? Eugenia, good to see you in the room, sis. How you doing? Good morning. Jessica, good morning. Kimberly Morgan, how you been, sis? Where you been? You all right? Just checking on you. Corey Coleman is in the building. What's up, Corey? How you doing, sir? What it do? Hauser. All right, Hauser. I like a cool detective pick on an NCIS TV show. Love the pick, Hauser. Lena, what's up, Lena? How you doing? Donna, that's your Lena. What's up, Lena? Jocelyn, how you doing? Good morning, Jocelyn. Do me a favor, y'all. Go ahead and share this room. Ebony, good morning, Ebony. I see you with the fierce pick, Ebony. You ain't playing with it. I see you. Stephanie, good morning. How you doing, ma'am? What's up, Paul? How you doing, bro? Paul, what happened to your leg? I saw you limping in church the other day. You all right? Holla at your boy. Let me know what's going on. Celeste, what's up, sis? How you doing, Celeste? Good to see you as always. Valencia, what it do? How you doing? Four Lake is in the building. How you doing, my sister? Good to see you here. Terrence, love the artwork, sir. Dope pick. Jermaine is in the house. What's up, Jermaine? Shonda, what's up, sis? What's up, Sister Pooja? Good to see you, ma'am. Takesha, what's up? Takesha Waller's in the house. What's going on, family? How you doing, my sister? Tell Doug I say what's up. Nagong, what's going on, Nagong? Did I say that right? Nagong. Etta, good morning, Etta. How you doing? Listen, family, let's have this conversation. Akil and the B, also known as Kiki and the Cheeks. We're having this conversation this morning, and I want to know what y'all think. Was it appropriate what she was wearing? Is that appropriate for him to respond in public as he did? Should this be even played out that way? Boy, it's a lot to discuss. What does this mean for our culture? What did so many responses mean? What does this mean for us as a community? Listen, family, call your mama, call your daddy, call your auntie, call your cousin, call your family, call your coworker, call your neighbor, call your trash man, call the mailman, call the postman, and let them all know that the Akintunde show is about to start. Let's go.
Another track, late production, but no joke, entertainment, let's go.
Akintunde is gonna make you laugh real loud. So come on, scream it out. Akintunde is gonna make you laugh real loud. Now, Akintunde.
Daily I shall.
It's the Akintunde Show.
Say what?
Say what?
You heard what I said.
That's right, y'all.
The Akintunde Show.
Spell it.
A-K-I-N Tunde.
Looking for promotional products and apparel? Look no further than P&B Promotionals. Place your brand and logo on just about anything with P&B Promotionals. Over 800,000 products, caps, travel mugs, drawstring bags, water bottles, stadium cups, umbrellas, tote bags, and t-shirts. P&B Promotionals is a nationally certified advertising company. Log on to pbpromotionals.com and start your order now. pbpromotionals.com.
Imprinting the best for less.
Greetings. I am Darrell Presley, owner and operator of Presley Cares Mortuary Services of West Columbia, South Carolina. Our mission here at Presley's is to provide excellent, quality, superior funeral service to all, regardless of economic status, religion, or race, with our society being embedded with a diverse class of people. Our staff here at Presley's pledges to offer only one class of service, and that is superior. So rendering professional services to the families that call upon us is not an option, it's mandatory. Presley Cares Mortuary Services, where we are caring for you and your loved one.
Hello, I'm Dr. Aaron Bishop, and this is my new book, For Such a Time as This, The Urgency of Now. In today's society, we need transformational leaders like never before. Transformational leaders are those who maximize the impact while creating positive change. If you're ready to create positive change and maximize your impact, please go get my book today at bishopspeaks.com. That's right, bishopspeaks.com, and order your copy today for such a time as this.
At my church, we help people get better by teaching them how the word works, and we want to make sure there is no excuse not to get the word. It's our goal to make all of our ministries accessible on every smartphone, tablet, PC, and television connected to the internet. So whether you're a man who needs some wisdom, a woman who needs some encouragement, or a couple who needs guidance, the My Church channel has just what you need. Simply search for the My Church channel on Roku, Fire Stick, or Apple TV, or visit mychurchchannel.org. You can also download the My Church on the Go app from Apple or Google Play App Store. Constantly on the move? Check out the Word at My Church podcast on your favorite podcast platform. Or simply download the Word at My Church skill on your Alexa-enabled device. But whatever you do, make sure to stay connected. See you soon.
Stop walking in front of the prophet.
Oh, yeah.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It's the Akintunde show. Let everybody else know. Text somebody. Tell them watch the show. We're about to have a conversation that's happening across the nation on social media, all across media. Wikipedia even got a subject on it. We're going to speak on it. Talk about it on it. I'm freestyling, buck wilding. I don't care. I know y'all don't want me to freestyle, but I'm doing it anyway. All day, 51 years around the sun. 2 tons of fun. Always having fun. Hey, I accepted the son, the main son, the only one, Jesus Christ. I'm a Christ fan. I'm a human. I'm Akintunde. I'm a real man. Been married for 28 years on this earth. Do the work. Hey, 5 kids later, pull the gator, snapping at your baby. Ha, call me later. Ha, what I'm talking about, I don't really know. Freestyling up here on the Akintunde show. Crack of dawn on Tuesday morning. Me, I'm still yawning, still flowing. Probably should stop. I'm going. Ha. Put me out my misery. Show me what I need to be. Hey, God, pray, this morning. It's the Akintunde show, still flowing. Hey, what? Yeah, let's see what they got to say about that. Bring past Tuck and Don on the screen. Rate that freestyle. Check Donna's chord. Go to a 2-shot of me and Pastor Tuck. Check Donna's chord. Yeah, take it out, put it back in. That's what it is. Yeah. What's up, y'all? We gotta fix a quick technical fix. We gotta fix over there with Donna's chord real quick. But why we doing that? Let me read a promo real quick. Why they fixing Donna's chord? Check this out, y'all. Looking for promotional products and apparel? Look no further than PNB Promotionals. Place your brand and logo on just about anything with PNB Promotionals. Over 800,000 products, hats, mugs, backpacks, bottles, cups, drinking glasses, lip balm, chewing gum, candy, and of course, t-shirts. PNB Promotionals is a nationally certified advertising institution. Log on to pbpromotionals.com and start your order now. pbpromotionals.com. Imprinting the best for less, P&B Promotionals. All right, y'all. Let's get this conversation started. Yeah. What y'all thought about that freestyle? What y'all got to say? Yeah.
Can't hear Donna.
Unmute Donna. Donna should be on.
Donna's speechless.
Maybe Donna's speechless because that rhyme was so good. We should hear Donna.
I don't think that's why Donna's speechless. I don't think that's why Donna's speechless.
It should be. It should be.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I get that one about a 4.5.
4.5? Really? That's all I get? Oh man, that is not good. That is not good. Yeah.
They say your average ones are your usual ones are probably about a 1.5. Then I say you actually did pretty well today.
Oh wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm back. Oh yeah.
Donna, what'd you think?
Deuces.
Deuces mean like
Two. I'm saying two.
Two. Y'all hear this?
Wasn't.
What?
Didn't move me this morning, Rakim.
I give him a 4.5. He stayed in the pocket, but that's and so I'm being very generous. But like I said, when his normal one's about a 1.5.
What y'all say, Clubhouse? What y'all think about that freestyle? It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a freestyle. Step 2, thinking how many weeks shows you slept through. Time's up. Sorry I kept you.
Okay, that was going pretty good.
I'm with Pastor Chuck.
Celeste, really? Really, Celeste? That's how you gonna do your brother?
A 4?
Kimberly Morgan said, I'll give you a 5. Corey Coleman said, I bless your heart.
There you go. Thank you,
bless
Corey.
your heart. Bless your heart is the
me.
worst compliment.
That's Corey.
Anytime somebody black say bless your heart, it's the worst compliment. Victor Brandon, my cousin. What's up, cuz? My cousin.
He said stop before the rap police arrest you for freestyle violations.
Wow. Look how your family do you.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh my God. Victor coming in from Powder Springs, Georgia. What's up, sir? How you doing? Calrinda D. Mays, how you doing, sis? Good morning. Q Samuels, comedian Q. What's up, homie? How you doing, sir? Got to get Q down for First Sundays. Bernadette Brown says, hey, brother Akintunde, how you doing, sister Bernadette? Good to see you in the house, ma'am. And that Cooper's in the house. How y'all doing, family? Man, do me a favor, share the room. I want to get y'all thoughts on this conversation. We're going to get into this conversation in just a little bit. 2 things I need to tell y'all about, though, before next week. Actually, 3. Number 1, next Wednesday is our official announcement day on July the 19th. 8:00 a.m. in the morning. I want you to log on to wfmediagroup.inc.com, and we're going to share with you the upcoming television projects that we have coming out for 2023 and first quarter 2024. So please make sure y'all are in the house. It is open to the press, to the public. We'll have some press that will actually be in the room and some of our sponsors that will be in the room, but it will primarily take place digitally. So make sure y'all are in the house. Log on to wfmediagroup.inc.com for that special announcement. Also on next Wednesday, it will be the beginning of our 2-day Kingdom Content Workshop. Pastor Lewis Tucker, Akintunde, myself, and Jaleel, along with Brother Kelby McNabb, will be teaching a 2-day workshop to help you learn how to create engaging content. Whether you are a ministry, church, whether you are an entrepreneur, if you are looking to create content, this is the time to start. And let me tell you something. This is the time. There has never been such upheaval and fluctuation and change in the marketplace. Tons of TV shows have been canceled. And I'm not in any way celebrating the cancellation of these shows. The market is responding to what's happening. Whether it's the writer strike, the pending actor strike, there's also a potential director strike. This is happening for a reason. And here's the thing, as believers, I think this is the opportunity for us to move ahead and get in where we fit in concerning creation of content. So if you want to take advantage of that, log on to wfmediagroup.inc.com/Kingdom Content Workshop. That's wfmediagroup.inc.com/Kingdom Content Workshop. Last thing I need to tell you about, on the 28th of July, there will be a conversation that actually tags right along with what we're talking about today. It is, ladies and gentlemen, Talk Back series, a live conversation with a panel of men and a panel of women right here in WF Media Group with a live studio audience of men on one side, women on the other side, as well as our digital audience. My sister Ebony Funderburk will be on with us as well. This will be hosted by Deanna Bookert of the Bookert Agency, our sister and friend who we're doing some productions and producing with, and we'll be hosting. She'll be hosting. I'll be hosting as well, but it's really going to be Deanna's. I'm letting her run this. It's Deanna's event, and it is, ladies and gentlemen, live Talk Back series, a live conversation between men and women. Speaking of men and women, let's get into this conversation today. All right, so before we go to the response, because I'm going to y'all response, I want to hear what y'all got to say. But I recognize two things. Number one, we've talked about this before right here on the show. Should a man be able to suggest or object or tell his woman what she should or should not wear? Okay, and then I realized, man, you did a joke about this a long time ago. And see, here's the thing, brothers. Before me and Pastor Tuck and Donna get into this conversation, men, y'all got to know how to put your foot down. There's a way to put your foot down. You can't just slam it down. But sometimes you got to put your foot down. You got to say, hey, baby, that ain't how we doing this. We ain't rolling like that. So I responded to this many years ago, and this actually happened. This joke, this comedy clip that I'm about to play for y'all is based on something that actually happened in my marriage. Go ahead, Jaleel, run that clip. I'm learning that our wives want us to be in control, but not controlling. I'll never forget one time I came home, and my wife, back in them days, when she really get mad, she would go out with her girlfriend. That one girlfriend she knew I can't stand. I shut it down, Chris. Pastor, I took control. I walked in the house. I said, nah, devil is a lie. I ain't about to let this ride. I'm going to shut this down. I walked to the back of the house, saw her right in the bathroom. I said, where you going? She talking about, me and Keisha going out. We're going to get something to eat. Then we going to the movies. Then we going to the club. We're going to come back here about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I said, no, you not. I said, I'm going to change my clothes. And me and you going out. We going to get something to eat. We going to the movies. And me and you going dancing. I'll be ready in about 10 minutes. And walked off. She was standing there dumbfounded. She was like, She's trying to be prideful at first. Then about 40 seconds later, she was like, girl, I can't go. Yeah, I know what I said. I'll call you tomorrow, though. I was in the room, I'm like, yes. You gotta be in control, fellas. You gotta seize the moment.
Stop walking in front of...
Yeah. That's a true story.
Funny.
That was...
It's pretty funny.
That's a true story.
You see what Kiki had on at the Usher concert, so you made a good decision. Because she could have been standing right there beside Kiki.
In the same dress.
So you made a very good decision.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me tell you something.
You see how Kiki and the girls was carrying on.
Oh, they was acting out. They was acting out.
So you made a very good decision. You made a very good decision.
I'm gonna tell you what I think happened. I think that was a case of we had an argument. I'm mad with you. I'm about to show you. And I'm about to go out here and get me a VIP seat at the Usher concert. Fellas, when your woman mad, try to keep it at the house. That's all I'm gonna say to you. But anyway, but go ahead. I want to get y'all thoughts before I want to get into the nuts and bolts in this conversation. Again, framing it around, we don't do tea, y'all. We don't do mess. But this is a conversation that I think is culturally relevant. And the responses that so many people had that was so passionate on social, I was like, yeah, we need to talk about this. Pastor Tuck, Donna J, y'all jump in here.
Wow.
Go ahead, Pastor Tuck. Go ahead.
Yeah, y'all might want to clear the runway for this.
That's what I'm like.
Yeah.
Here we go. Because I'm going to be petty. Go ahead.
And I'm ready for all the smoke.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
And see, this whole conversation that we're talking about here is not even the conversation that everybody else talking about. First, we got to start with the outfit in itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's not whether or not he had a right to tell her. We got to go to this whole situation because I know people think, well, she got a right to wear whatever she wants to wear. We have to start, first of all, if she's a believer or not.
Yeah.
Because if she's not a believer, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
But as a believer, there's a different standard for us.
Mm-hmm.
And I know some people say, well, past the times have changed. You just old fashioned, this and that. No, because the Bible tells us not to do anything to cause our weaker brother to stumble.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so as a woman, you got to recognize this. There may be a man out here that's struggling with lust issues, with pornography, all kinds of things. And you walking out the house half buck naked, that's an issue. You're not walking in love.
Yeah.
Because that's what the Bible actually tells you. Yeah. And even though the Bible says everything is permissible, not everything is beneficial. And he says we were called to freedom, but do not use that freedom to sin, but to walk in love and to humbly serve one another. So you're not walking in love and serving somebody else by using your freedom to do whatever you want. So you're not being considerate of others when you do so. So this thing that the enemy has perpetrated on society of I got a right to do whatever I want and no consideration for how it affects other people is wrong. Period, point blank. I don't care how you look at it. I don't care what your opinion is. That's what God says about it. That's not Pastor Tucker. That's God's opinion of it. And whether you're a believer or not, I don't care what your take on it is. I don't care what your modern spin on it is. God says he's the same today, yesterday, and forever. That's the word. And if you don't like it, find me some scripture to differentiate it. We can have that conversation offline.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing this for 20 years and I know what the word says.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, that's the biggest problem with all of this is society has gotten to this place where believers and the church has gotten to this place where we want to side with society and we want to be like the rest of the world. We want to do what the world does. And so if she's not a believer, she got a right to do whatever she want to do. So if that's the case, that's fine.
Hold on, Pastor Tuck.
This is the other problem.
Hold that point right there. I want to fix Pastor Tuck's camera. So let's take a quick break and then let's figure out what's going on with that shot right there. We'll be right back, y'all. Quick technical difficulty. We're gonna fix that real quick. We'll be right back at you to continue this conversation. Come right back in and pick it up, Pastor Tuck. Donna J's up next, and y'all comments when we come right back. Hey, family, call your mama, call your daddy, call your auntie, call your uncle, call your friend, call your family, call your cousin, call the postman and the mailman. This is the Akintunde Show. Looking for promotional products and apparel? Look no further than P&B Promotionals. Place your brand and logo on just about anything with P&B Promotionals. Over 800,000 products. Caps, travel mugs, drawstring bags, water bottles, stadium cups, umbrellas, tote bags, and t-shirts. P&B Promotionals is a nationally certified advertising company. Log on to pbpromotionals.com and start your order now. pbpromotionals.com.
Imprinting the best for less.
Greetings. I am Darrell Presley, owner and operator of Presley Cares Mortuary Services of West Columbia, South Carolina. Our mission here at Presley's is to provide excellent, quality, superior funeral service to all, regardless of economic status, religion, or race, with our society being embedded with a diverse class of people. Our staff here at Presley's pledges to offer only one class of service, and that is superior. So rendering professional services to the families that call upon us is not an option, it's mandatory. Presley Cares Mortuary Services, where we are caring for you and your loved one.
Hello, I'm Dr. Aaron Bishop, and this is my new book, For Such a Time as This, The Urgency of Now. In today's society, we need transformational leaders like never before. Transformational leaders are those who maximize the impact while creating positive change. If you're ready to create positive change and maximize your impact, please go get my book today at bishopspeaks.com. That's right, bishopspeaks.com, and order your copy today for such a time as this.
It's the Akintunde Show.
Say what?
Say what?
You heard what I said.
That's right, y'all.
The Akintunde Show.
Spell it.
A-K-I-N Tunde.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's that's a shot I want to see. Pastor Tuck, we had to get Pastor Tuck's camera straight because the information was too good, and I was going to be able to get a good clip out of it. That clip would have been hot garbage. So, yeah. But we're talking about it, y'all. Kiki in the cheeks. I'm being petty, but I'm being petty on purpose. Is this for public consumption? The dress or the relationship woes? Is this for public consumption? Pastor Tuck left off. I want you to pick it up, Pastor Tuck, and then do a behind the back pass to Donna. And then we're going to put it on the alley-oop right back on the backboard for Facebook and Clubhouse to get y'all comments. I know y'all got something to say. Let's get into it, sir.
And that's the other part of it. Like I said, is that for public consumption? Because there's nothing wrong with what she has on. If she wants to wear that at home for her man, if she wants to wear that at home for her husband, if Pastor Stephanie got an outfit like that in the room, that's fine. Yeah. But is she going to wear that outside for somebody else? That's an issue. Yeah. Because like you said, that's not for public consumption. Mm-hmm. And so the other part of that issue becomes when everybody's talking about her man don't have no right to say that to her. He need to put a ring on it, this, that, and the other. If he was her husband, they would have an issue with that because of the fact that he's making a public comment about it. Yeah. Well, first of all, she put this out here with this video on Twitter with her and Usher. This video, all of that's in public. Yeah. So now your behavior is in public. Yeah. Your dress is in public. Yeah. So now he don't have a right to comment in public. None of this should have been public. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She shouldn't have wore that out in public. She shouldn't have been out there like that in public. Because if you got a private relationship, then why are you out here doing things that are going to bring shame, ridicule to your private relationship? Yeah. And so that's where the issue becomes, because everybody's out here talking about they want a relationship. They want to be married. They want this, they want that. But then you're going to go out here and do this because the same people who are saying he didn't have no right to tell her what she could wear and he ain't got no right to comment on this. Now, if he was standing out there with a banana hammock on at a Beyonce concert or Rihanna concert or somebody else or Meg Thee Stallion concert, and Meg Thee Stallion is out there riding him. Ooh. What would they have said if Kiki would have said that?
Oh, they would have been telling her to leave him. He wrong for that. Why is he doing that in public?
For that. How he disrespecting Kiki like that? You don't be respecting you don't be disrespecting your queen like that. He shouldn't even be out here with that mess on, and then he out here riding all on Meg like that.
And Megan, she wrong for that. She knew who he was.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I don't know whether Usher's in a relationship or not. But the fact of the matter is, Kiki knows she in a relationship. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so, like I say, if the tables were turned, everybody will always want to talk about these double standards. Mm-hmm. But see, this thing of feminism has become this thing of reverse chauvinism.
Jesus. Reverse chauvinism. That's okay. Pause right there, Pastor Tucker. That's a whole conversation, right? That might be a whole show right there. But I'm about to kick it over to Donna, but let me say this right here. Usher already told y'all who he was. True player for real. Don't y'all leave your girl around me. Okay.
Y'all know who he was. Y'all know who he is.
Oh my God. Y'all gonna find these comments. I just got a personal message from my brother-in-law. He said Pauline know better than to go out there, go nowhere with the yams out.
Look. Me and Pastor Stephanie made that comment clear. We watched the 5 Heartbeats. You remember when JT had his jacket out there and the girl was falling all over behind the jacket?
Yeah.
I said, and I'd have left you right there. Let's be clear.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be clear.
Yeah.
If we ever go to any concert, I don't care if it's Prince, Michael Jackson, I don't care who it is. You act like that, you better catch a ride on.
I don't care if it was a Dr. Bobby Jones concert. You shouldn't be falling out like that unless he come out and you slayed in the spirit.
I said, yeah, you don't lay out behind no man if his name ain't Pastor Tuck.
No, man. Let me just say this right here. I know Donna coming, but let me just say this right. If that was my woman, I'd have broke up with her before she got back to the hotel. Just so you know. Just so you know. You are free to do whatever you want to do, because this is over. Elvis has left the building. Peace, good night. See you later, bye. Oh, yeah.
Have a good one.
Oh, yeah. Cheeks out. Dancing with another man in public. Oh, the devil is a liar. Donna J, come on in, Donna.
Ooh, okay.
Donna need help this morning. Donna. Where's Ebony? Where's Janissa?
Because, but I can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, we got you.
All right. I can't hear it myself. Okay, there we go.
Yes.
Okay. So I actually agree that she's a mom.
Mm-hmm.
And what you do back in your 20s,
Yeah.
when you get to your 30s and your 40s, you may regret that.
Mm-hmm.
Just ask the Freaknik video people.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's wisdom.
We was having, I'm sorry. They was having a good time.
Yeah.
And that could come back to haunt you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you don't want your children to have to go through all that because you made a decision or a choice in the moment of whether you're feeling bad, which I know she just had a baby a few months ago, and maybe she wasn't feeling all that good about her body. Maybe she wasn't feeling all that good about herself. She wanted to feel sexy and whatever. And she's in her 20s, and these are what the 20-something people are doing.
Really? 20-somethings. That's what y'all doing now?
20s, 30s. Now, look. When I go, okay, so somebody made a comment that she was wearing a bathing suit with a cover up. When I go to Aruba, that's all you see is cheeks out. All the Venezuelans come over, people from, and it's nothing to them to walk around like that. Ladies come out, they had the bikinis with the big stomachs and the cellulite, everything, but it's nothing to them. When we come to America, and it's a big deal. It's a really big deal that you have your cheeks out. Now, I think for me and my generation, it is a big deal because why am I what is it about me that I need to show my cheeks or show any part of my body that is reserved for my husband? Okay, so if you're wearing a low cut blouse or whatever, you're not showing everything. Audrey Hepburn, some probably you don't even know who I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
But Audrey Hepburn was one of the women back in the day. She wore a turtleneck, some nice sleek pants. That was considered sexy. She was considered very sexy.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. Yeah.
But now it is all, cheeks have to be out, breasts have to be out. I was kind of concerned, when I saw my girls at 50 years old, Taraji, and I know I'm going to get blowback, but Taraji and Gabrielle Union at an event where Taraji just had some little tape over her nipples, and Gabrielle, I don't know what that little thing was behind her on her butt, just to cover it up with a piece of floss.
Cheeks out too? Yeah.
Cheeks out.
Yeah.
Y'all are 50 years old.
Yeah.
What message are you sending?
Right.
And is it
And
going
you got grown
backwards?
children.
And you got grown children,
Yeah.
right? So is it going backwards that now the 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds are now influencing the 40, 50, 60 years old?
You
Is
said
that what's happening? It's supposed to be the other way around.
Come on, Donna.
So I agree. She is entitled to wear exactly what she wants, but should she?
Yeah.
And it may come back to haunt you with these decisions. How many times have we been saying, when I was 20, I did this, but at 40, I really regret that I did that.
Right. Right.
That I don't know what I was thinking, because you age. You get mature and you realize that, yes, that might have been in fun, but that fun going to follow you for the rest of your life. What happens then?
Wow.
So, and then your kids got to go through that. Your kids got to listen and see, and could possibly be ridiculed at school, because showing their pictures, showing your picture around. Their friends are showing your picture around, saying how hot you are and everything. Some kids, they don't like that.
Oh, yeah.
They don't like that. Don't be talking about my mama like that.
Yeah.
So what is that really going to what's that really going to look like?
Bro, your mama's thick, bro.
5, 6, 7, 8 years from now.
Bro, your mama's thick as all thick as a loaf of bread, bro. Great day, man. It's your mama, dog. I'm coming to your house for this. I'm gonna spend the night this weekend. Man, shut up.
Look, in Fridays when oh no, it was Kevin Hart's movie, and he's Think Like a Man, and he was like, your mama want me, hey, I'm coming to get some dinner, it goes like, that's my mama, man.
Yeah. But you bring up a good point about Taraji and Gabrielle, because I just thought about, I can only imagine. I can't imagine my mama wearing something like that. How do you feel? How you feel as an adult to be out on social media and see your mama on the red carpet with some hot garbage like that on?
But see, I'll say this, and I can't speak for you, but I'll say this as myself. Even Tuck, I ain't talking about Pastor Tuck. I'm talking about Tuck. I ain't never thought that stuff was sexy. I ain't never thought that stuff was cute. I never was attracted to that.
Yeah.
In the world.
In public. In public.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I said, anything behind closed door. But I'm like, if I saw you like that in public, all you said to me was that you were a plaything.
Yeah.
You were nothing to be were nothing to be taken serious.
You're not wife material.
You were nothing to be taken seriously.
Right.
Never for me.
Yeah.
Never considered that. And I can tell you, any real man, that's always been his mentality.
That's his mentality. I'm looking
and so that
for
ain't
this
nothing
dress
but
now.
the devil making you think that that's something that you're that's bait.
Right. I'm ordering this dress for you, Nissa, now.
What is
dress.
So how do men feel about that? How do men feel when you see a woman out there like that? Do you feel embarrassed for her to be out there like that? Do you feel that? Or what other than I'm not, she's a plaything, I'm not taking her home. How do you feel embarrassed for her? Do you feel like, girl, go put some clothes on? How do y'all feel?
For me now, my heart goes out to women when I see women doing that. Back in the day, pre-Christ Akintunde, whether if I might not was gonna holler at you, but I would have looked at it and said, okay, all right, there it is.
It's free pornography back then.
Right. It's like, and depending on where we at, it might be like, hey, psst, psst, hey, come on, at me, come on, but now having a revelation by the Holy Spirit, having a revelation of as a husband and as a father of daughters, my heart goes out to a young lady, because I know when you're dressing like that, that's because something is missing.
Yes.
Something has gone off the rails. Yep. Something is wrong. That's not empowerment. That is low self-esteem. If you need that type of validation from other people, that's because something is broken. Something is wrong. Something is missing. Something is confused. Today is the confusion of it is it's attention seeking, and the confusion of today is that's empowerment. That's crazy to me. So you mean to tell me it's empowering to you to give men and even some trash men exactly what they want, to be able to gawk you up and consume you with their eyes and sin with you, and you doing it willfully? That's empowerment. Wow. My queen is in the room. Unissa.
Can I I'm gonna say one more. Can I say one more thing before?
Go ahead, Pastor. Yeah.
To answer Donna's question, what I see when I see it today, it gives me the same feeling that I see when I see these young men walking around with these wife beaters on and their underwear showing.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh my God. We come to y'all comments. Unissa. Unissa's in. Hold on. Let me give Unissa some theme music. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Can you hear me clearly?
We can hear you clearly.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Unissa.
Good morning.
How you doing, baby?
I just want
Lord.
to
bedroom
flip on
voice.
the other side.
Happy belated birthday.
Happy
Yes.
yes.
Thank you, everybody. I just wanted to flip on the other side and kind of jump into the comments. Ashley and Kimberly brought up a really good point, because I know we always cover the women, but I just want to talk about the men a little bit, because I got sons and I got daughters, all in their 20s. And so immediately, one of the things that Ashley and Kimberly were talking about was the fact that there's a video on Instagram of Kiki gyrating in a cheetah suit. I just looked it up in April, and he was he was giving her props about her post baby body, and it was quite provocative, if you will. And so my thing is, so he had no problem with it then, but you got a problem with it now. And so I think it's just what Takesha was saying in the comments. The bottom line is you took something that's private and probably an issue for y'all at the house and brought it into the public. And I think it speaks to a bigger issue, which is the position and the problems that come along with social media. Because there's nothing new under the sun. These are issues as old as time. I can go back to my grandmama and my granddaddy and before them, men and women have been having issues, with these types of relationship issues for years, but for centuries. But the thing is that there was no social media, so nobody could tag in and talk about it.
Right.
You better put that house coat on when the man come around the house. What's wrong with you? Mr. Fred to come around here, fix the water heater, and you walk around and ain't got no house coat on. What's wrong with you?
Right, that part.
Go in there, Geneva.
Adam and Eve. Adam said we got to
go
cover
in the
up.
back room, Geneva. What's wrong with you?
Right.
That was way before the dawn of time, because Adam and Eve said, you got to cover up. We got to cover up. The Lord is coming.
What is wrong with you? Go over there and get that leaf.
So,
y'all are so silly. Go ahead, Nissa. Go ahead. We just
right, but all right, but that's the problem. That's the bigger issue. It's the fact that to me, it's like, okay, first of all, you're not married, so you're playing. So it's not just playing wifey, but it's playing hubby. So you're trying to act like a husband, but you're not a husband for whatever reason. Again, that's between y'all. But but you know who she is publicly. You know what she brings to the table in terms of endorsements and sponsors and her status. So why would you jeopardize that? And I think Takesha brought that point up. They're both immature. Yes. So you bringing that up because there's some immaturity, maybe possibly. I don't know what's the morning show that she's on. She's on a morning show.
She's on ABC, I think. The Good Morning America, like the hour 3 or something like that.
What her contract looked like, and and maybe it's okay for her to have her booty out and be on a morning show. I don't know, but to me, if I got sponsors, you know what I'm saying? So even past the point that I'm a mother. So even if she wasn't a mother, are you thinking about your professional life? Are you thinking about if you're not thinking about I'm a Christian or how I'm appearing? Then where's the business common sense? And I know she got some because she's done really well for herself in the short period of time in her career. And so for me, I'm like, two immature people on social media being exposed to social media because she was performing. She knew she was being recorded. When Usher grabbed her, she turned around to show it to him. So it's like, okay, you knew you were being recorded. So whatever's going on at the house spilled over into the public. So you got two immature people on social media acting out, and now everybody's commenting. But the thing is, he shouldn't have said nothing. He shouldn't have commented. He blew it up. He made it worse. He exacerbated the problem. And now who knows what the relationship is? Because I don't know about anybody else in my clothes. I haven't heard her say anything. Maybe somebody else. Tell me if anybody else has heard any response. But I haven't heard her say anything. I've heard radio silence on her.
But do you think it's okay that she did that in public? Because to me, at that point, it's now public. So you did something that is very public in terms of showing up like that. You expose yourself in public.
So he's saying that's my family. So at one point, one comment I saw he made was, that's my family. I have standards and morals, but you didn't have no you didn't care that she was gyrating in a cheetah suit in front of you, basically twerking in April when you were giving giving her props. But now because she's at Usher's concert, and she wasn't shaking, she just turned around and showed it. Same category, you have a problem with it now. So my thing is, you're saying that you want to be this man of your house, this is my family, but you're not leading. Leading would be leading would be
his problem was the fact that she all up on Usher.
Right. So that should have been handled before she left the house.
And the thing about it is, he never said anything about what she was wearing.
Well, let's read his comment. Let's read his comment.
Read his comment.
He said your outfit. No, he said that's how it started. He said the outfit though. That's how it started.
He did say that. He did say that.
And then he came back. He came back with this comment. He said, "We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family and my representation. I have standards, morals to what I believe. I rest my case."
Yeah. So again, back to my point about him wanting to be. So you're not the man of your house because that's not your wife.
Ooh.
Not really. That's not your wife. So if you want to be the man of the house, then you need to walk in that role completely and totally. But I submit to you, probably something is going on at the house.
Oh yeah.
Now we've all exposed to it, and so this just spilled out onto the social media streets.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're not. So why everybody's riding Kiki? I'm like, yeah, dude, you need to back down because you're not the husband. You're not the man of your house. So yeah.
All right.
See, and I mean that's a point from that perspective. But once again, there are a whole lot of people out here in these relationship streets that keep talking about these relationships, and they playing house.
Right.
Yeah, they playing house.
And that's from both sides. And that's from both sides.
Yes.
Yeah.
It ain't just him wanting the husbandly rights to be able to say to her what he want to say to her. She want those same rights with him. And so we can't call him and say, you not walking totally in that, and then not say that to her in the same token.
Yeah,
because this is a unit that they don't put together.
And
go ahead.
Well, I think the I want to get some of these comments in real quick because I think that is probably where we land at. That's probably where we land at. With some good counseling, with some good leadership, or someone to offer us a different perspective, or even some correction. Let me read some of the comments. I'm gonna start here on Facebook, and then we'll hop over to Clubhouse. Donna and Pastor Tuck, if y'all can identify any comments, because Clubhouse is flooded with comments. Deanna Booker Hurd, who is hosting, ladies and gentlemen, live talkback series coming up right here at WF Media Group Studios in Columbia, right here in Columbia, South Carolina, live on social. You can also get your tickets for that by logging on to wfmediagroupinc.com/ladies and gentlemen. wfmediagroupinc.com/ladies and gentlemen. If you have a problem, look for the link in the bio, or look for the link in the post on Facebook. Deanna Booker Hurd said he is the boyfriend, not the husband. Let's address that. We have glorified baby showers versus proposals. Ooh. She also said we don't have grandmothers or mothers sharing this wisdom with this generation because the grandmothers and mothers are younger and trying to keep up with the younger generation. She co-signed with y'all saying that. Yep. Lena Priester said, let's also remember that these ladies are public figures. They have an image to uphold. This wasn't the first time she has worn a dress like this. I'm sure it won't be the last. Oh my God. Mr. Victor Brandon, my cousin, said, wait a minute, the marching band have majorettes and cheerleaders sometimes push the boundaries. Yep. Victor, let me say something. I've said that for years. That's one thing I do not like about our HBCUs. Go ahead and send me an email. Go ahead and send me the post. Send it to Akintunde.net. Send me an email. I take it. I think we over-sexualize our daughters in HBCUs. I know that's a part of our African culture. I fully understand that. I fully understand the way we dance in Africa. But in this westernized society, wearing a bathing suit type situation with some boots up to your knees and you dropping it and popping it and all that stuff, that's more strip club than Nigeria. Okay, that's more Club Nickies than Ghana. Let's keeping it real, okay? So let's not. We sometimes like, oh, that's our culture. That is a part of our culture. I understand that. But when you see somebody praise dancing in Africa and they're dancing like that, that's because that's what they grew up around. When you see that in the parade on MLK Day with the HBCU, my school included, that is more strip club culture than it is African culture, in my opinion. I know that's a whole other topic, whole other show. But cause you brought it up, I wanted to address that. Let's hop over to Club Clubhouse and see what y'all got to say over on Clubhouse. Pastor Tuck and Donna, anything y'all see? Neither one of y'all got your glasses on, so I know that's gonna be a problem.
I'm gonna say this.
They trying to be cute.
But after he made his little comment, Kiki came back and said, "You ain't stopping what's going on with me, sweetheart. So if you about to act up, I'm about to link up."
Ooh, did she say that?
Yes, she did.
Did she really say that?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So wow. What does that say to the relationship that they have?
Yes.
What does that say?
The Joker got to put his foot down now. You
put your foot down and get it cut off. Ask Akintunde.
Fellas,
Hey.
you got to know when to go wheels up. Because if you hang around for that, boy, that'll drag you the next 15, 20 years.
Hey,
run, hide, head for cover.
You might well change your name to Stedman.
He
is living in the guest house, right?
You're gonna be sitting in a party somewhere watching your wife dancing with somebody one day. You mad, and it's like, what you gonna say about it?
Holding the purse.
Going home drunk and mad. No, we ain't doing that. No, I'm telling you. Yeah. I'm again, y'all. We're not doing mess or tea because we don't do that here. But this is a cultural conversation. This is a relevant conversation because what got me was, and I understand what Eunice was saying, and I understand what some of the ladies were saying about him not being married. I get that, but I also understand this. We're celebrating her doing this. If the shoe was on the other foot, like Pastor Tuck said earlier, if he had some thin or bamboo skirt on and went to a Megan Thee Stallion concert and she pulled him up on stage or she came down the stage and she grinded on him, that would be a problem. That would be a problem. That would be a problem. Let me just say something right here. Akintunde know better. If I was at a concert, which I would never be there, but if I was at a concert, and I don't care who it is, you come to me, you come over to me, I'm about to move. I'm about to do that Bobby Jones move, like Bobby Jones did the other day. Bobby Jones. He switched. He turned around to the side, like Bobby Jones. That's how you do that. When you know you are married or in a relationship, you get out of Dodge. Don't let nobody catch you doing that. No, don't do nothing like that.
Let's be clear. You played the love interest of somebody in a movie and you put it in your contract, you won't even do no kissing scene.
Yep.
Yeah. And
so
had
everybody keep talking about and everybody keep talking about the fact that she's a public figure and this that. Look here, stop that. Yeah. If you're gonna be in a relationship, then you got to do relationship stuff.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. That's
or good. Stop complaining about your relationship status.
And you mentioned
that's the problem.
You mentioned that scene. I remember when I got an early screening of that movie. And shout out to my brother Howard Bell and Habakkuk Films. He sent me an early screening of that film. And there was they rewrote the scene so that we almost kissed instead of actually kissing. So I screened it for Elijah and Kalia. Now, they're at the house, they're in my office, and they came and sat down and watched the movie with me. Eunice wasn't home yet, so she hadn't seen it yet. And when I was about to kiss the woman in the scene, Elijah and Kalia, particularly Kalia, she said, no. And then I was like, and then she's like, oh, and she kind of like, I thought you'd go kiss her. And I was like, wow. And I thought about, what if I had done that in that film? What kind of trust would I have broken in my daughter?
Exactly. So these things that people keep talking about, well, that's their career, you better stop. Because all money ain't good money. All attention ain't good attention.
That's right.
Wow.
And see, y'all keep making these comments about this cultural thing. And you and I had this conversation with a young man last week, and we learned something. Right. This ain't culture. This is a subculture.
Yeah.
This thing that we keep calling our culture is a subculture. This is not our culture.
Right.
And I get tired of the fact that this ratchet stuff, this hood stuff, this trash stuff, this nasty stuff, y'all keep attributing to our culture.
Right.
It's not us.
Right. That's that. I think, you know what? That should be a whole hashtag right there. That's not us. Hashtag that's not us. So when you see what Janelle Monáe did at the Essence Awards or what Essence Festival, we need to repost that and say this is not us, and then say why. When you see what Megan Thee Stallion did at the Essence Festival, this is not us, and this is why. When you see what Keke Palmer did, you should say this is not us, because other cultures look at that, particularly when you are. Gabrielle Union is an A-list actress, and in my opinion, maybe she might be B or A minus, but she working. She get network TV shows, so she not someone out here struggling trying to get roles. She working, so other people look at her as the standard for black women. And what I thought about when Unissa said about her public professional career, what if Keke walked back into work on Monday, and Bob from accounting walked by and say, "Hey, saw you dressed on Saturday."
Yeah, now we want to put him on the Me Too movement.
Right. Now Bob got to go home for 2-3 days. Bob got to sit out for a week, if not get fired, because you put yourself out there.
He got to take diversity training now.
Right. Now he got to take a whole course because you put your chicks out there, and Bob's like, "Hey, saw you. That's a concert."
Hey, got you as my screensaver.
I watched it 12 times, shared it with all my friends. You put yourself out there. Whose fault is that?
Yeah.
My God. Kimberly Morgan says, "Is that the Tubi movie?" That is the Tubi movie. And shout out to my brother Howard, who was willing to rewrite that scene, because that's something that we don't do.
It's a standard.
Yes,
it's a standard.
Yeah.
But
and that's the problem. We don't have them anymore.
Yeah.
Gabrielle Union has a movie out now that's on like Netflix or someplace. The Perfect Fine, and her husband, like, she does a lot of sexual.
Oh yeah.
Everything in that movie.
Oh yeah.
And her husband is on set there. Dwayne Wade is on set there. Because he's even in the movie at some point.
Really?
So you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot with an actor.
Yeah.
And if that's your family dynamic can hold that or whatever, more power to you. You work and whatever. But there are people that have standards and morals and will not do that.
Yeah.
Even Whitney Houston had that in her contract. She was not kissing Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
She didn't kiss him.
Yes, she did.
No, she put it on they put it on the side. She did it on the side.
I thought she kissed Kevin Costner in The Bodyguard.
Nope, she did not. She put her lip on the side, and he did his on the side.
Really?
It was not on. Yep.
I know Bobby's in the corner.
I'm gonna say something.
Ain't nobody humping around.
She had that in her contract. Nope, not at all.
I'm gonna say something that I know is not gonna be popular at all.
Okay.
But it's a true statement.
Okay.
This stuff we seeing now with all this sexualization and doing with all of these celebrities. You talked about Gabrielle being you said A minus, B, A minus, whatever. One thing that you noticed when she started doing all that stuff, her popularity started to rise.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What this stuff, all this over sexualization is, watch what I'm getting ready to tell y'all. This is modern day cooning.
Pastor Tuck. I just told you Nissa that on this weekend. I said what they're doing today, because what struck me was Janelle Monáe, who used to be a much more credible artist. I said this is the modern day cooning and buffoonery. That you just confirmed it, sir. That is, to me, that's blackface.
Yes.
Showing you behind, that's the new blackface.
Yes.
Man.
It absolutely is. Yeah. This what you got to do to get on. This what you got to do to get on.
Wow.
And if that's what you're willing to do to get on, then that's telling you who you really are.
Y'all, when we come back, we get into y'all comments on Clubhouse. Getting into y'all comments on Clubhouse. We're talking about it, y'all. Akil and the B, a.k.a. Kiki in the Cheeks.
I love it.
Is It's there for public consumption. Okay, should this brother responded that way? What's going on with our culture right now? We know what it is. We falling. We're a fallen world. But here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. You got to learn when to call something wrong. Okay, let's have this conversation. We're talking about it back with y'all comments and more. Hey family, call your mama, call your cousin, call your friend, call your family. This is Akintunde Show.
At my church, we help people get better by teaching them how the word works. And we want to make sure there is no excuse not to get the word. It's our goal to make all of our ministries accessible on every smartphone, tablet, PC, and television connected to the internet. So whether you're a man who needs some wisdom, a woman who needs some encouragement, or a couple who needs guidance, the My Church channel has just what you need. Simply search for the My Church channel on Roku, Fire Stick, or Apple TV, or visit mychurchchannel.org. You can also download the My Church on the Go app from Apple or Google Play App Store. Constantly on the move? Check out the Word at My Church podcast on your favorite podcast platform. Or simply download the Word at My Church skill on your Alexa-enabled device. But whatever you do, make sure to stay connected. See you soon.
Looking for promotional products and apparel? Look no further than P&B Promotionals. Place your brand and logo on just about anything with P&B Promotionals. Over 800,000 products, caps, travel mugs, drawstring bags, water bottles, stadium cups, umbrellas, tote bags, and t-shirts. P&B Promotionals is a nationally certified advertising company. Log on to pbpromotionals.com and start your order now. pbpromotionals.com.
Imprinting the best for less.
It's the Akintunde Show.
Say what?
Say what?
You heard what I said.
That's right, y'all.
The Akintunde Show.
Spell it.
Tunde.
Hey, are you in the need of a quality used vehicle? Well, consider my friends over at Woods Automotive Sales. Whether you're in the market for a new vehicle or a used vehicle, foreign or domestic, Woods Automotive can get you rolling. Give them a call at 803-401-5837. That is 803-401-5837. Or go by and see Lester. That's right, Lester, at 802 Hazelwood Road, Columbia, South Carolina. Woods Automotive Sales, guaranteed to ride with a smile.
Family, let's get back into this conversation. But before I do that, let me tell you about something else. Want a better way to make your money grow that's potentially better than a 401k or CD? Consider the Gold Standard Group, banking on the blockchain. Learn more about blockchain banking by reaching out to legacy wealth builder and asset acquisition specialist, billionaire Keisha Walker. With so many banks failing and changes in the marketplace, now's the time to get more information. Text CONTROL to 803-312-2873. 803-312-2873. Text CONTROL. Keisha Walker and the Gold Standard Group, another great sponsor right here on the Akintunde Show. If you want to get more information or be a common sponsor on Akintunde Show, give us a call at 803-738-6604. 803-738-6604 or email Alan at theassignmentagency.com. That's Alan at theassignmentagency.com. All right, family, let's get back into this conversation. You know, one thing I want to do is make sure we talk about where we can go coming out of this situation, this cultural incident, if I could call it that. How can we utilize this to spark a broader conversation, to add some context, to maybe have a conversation with our sons or our daughters? One thing that I love that's coming out of this conversation, and I appreciate that this point, is that, listen, you cannot get husband respect when you haven't made someone your wife. So fellas, you can't be out here demanding this of these women, but you haven't made them honest, right? Now here's the flip on that. The flip on that is you got to think and consider, while you in the dating stage, even if y'all started off wrong, if this is somebody who you should make a wife. Because If somebody don't know, if you dealing with a woman who think that's appropriate, y'all probably got some problems, or she may have some issues that's way deeper than you probably gonna be able to deal with over the course of your relationship. There needs to be some renewal, some reformation. There needs to be a come to Jesus moment. And if you already came to Jesus, you need to come back. Now somebody might say that's judgmental, you saying but no, I'm saying you got to determine as a man or a woman, is this something that I can deal with in a relationship? Because when you test drive a car, which is what they doing because they ain't married yet.
Right.
If you see a problem while you're test driving, in most cases, you take that back to the dealership.
Now, I'm gonna tell you something, and like I said, once again, I know these are unpopular takes.
Yes, sir.
But this is one of the reasons why I say what I say. People don't understand this, but that's why I say this all the time. Dating is practice for divorce.
Great day.
You're training yourself emotionally not to be committed.
Wow.
All you're saying is, I'm in this, and if it don't work, I'll just break it off and get me another one. So you are emotionally training yourself to not be committed. So people say, well, how are you supposed to get married then? What you're supposed to do is be single. You do your research, and when you're ready to make a commitment, then you start courting for the purpose of marriage. I don't date. See, this thing that society does with this casual dating, well, I think somebody's sexy and I want to hang out with them. And so we're going to do this. And so we're going to link up and we're going to say we together and we're going to do this until we get tired of each other. And then I'm going to do this again. Yeah. That's where these problems come from. Because people, and I've seen it in the comments, people say you're asking for husband rules under dating situation or however they put it. But the problem is, then why we dating?
Right.
Because that's not a switch you're going to flip on the day that you get married.
No. You get worse.
So the whole time we dating, we together, but both of us single.
Yeah.
And so now we're gonna get married. Now all of a sudden, you accountable to me? That ain't gonna happen.
No.
And so if that's the case, y'all need to be by yourself because y'all two single people with two single minds, and you're never gonna have a one mind. So if you're not in that mind frame of being accountable to anybody, you need to stay single, period.
Let's get into some of the comments here. Let me I got my sister, one of our Eunice and I's close friends, and just sister who's been doing it in ministry for a long time, Redeeming Word Christian Center International out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. But Pastor LaShawn Brooks is in the house, and but before I bring LaShawn up, I'm going to get some of these comments in. Kimberly Morgan said, I'm going to go back from start to bottom and read up, so if I miss anything, please excuse me, y'all, because sometimes when you go up in the comments, things flow out of context. So maybe let me try this. Let me scroll up. I'm just going to do the Wheel of Fortune or the Price is Right wheel. I'm going to spin up and I'm going to go read down. Okay, Ashley Bailey said he has opened his relationship up to unnecessary scrutiny because no one was saying anything about the dress until, all caps, he said something, LOL. Celeste King said, I love Audrey Hepburn, referring to a few minutes ago when Donna mentioned Audrey Hepburn, who was so classy back in the day. Kimberly Morgan said, yep, after Keisha, he felt threatened. They're both 29 and acting immature. And yeah, Usher, you 29 years old, y'all ain't married yet. Usher make you feel immature. Kimberly Morgan said, you're right, Donna. Takesha said, facts. Ashley, he definitely played his cards in public. Boy, the lady speaking out. Kimberly said, handle your personal business in private and not in public. Oh, wow. Takesha said, and we are in a season where folks respond to pure emotion, all caps, and nobody stops to think about consequences. Both of them was out of pocket. There it is. Takesha said, Miss Loretta, I'm ready for the tour.
Right.
And Kevin Hartsburg.
Right. Miss Loretta, I'm ready for the tour.
Takesha Celeste is cracking up. Papa Earl's in the building. What's up, sir? How you doing? Papa Earl said, good morning. Y'all think you are grown starting without us? As the old folks used to say, you smelling yourself. Sorry,
Party
Papa
don't
Earl.
start till the Earls get in.
That's it. That's
Kimberly
it.
Morgan is shooting your Nissa some happy birthdays, some belated happy birthdays. Celeste King is doing the well. Say happy birthday, Mrs. Nissa Warnock. Let me scroll down some more. Ashley said, booty cheeks out doing breakfast television / daytime hours is wild to me. Yeah. Proper Earl said, happy birthday, Nissa. Forgive me if I spelled it wrong. You did, Pop. That's okay. Back on task. Young ladies, if you ain't selling anything, quit advertising. Ooh. Then get mad when the guy with no respect for you comes wrong out of his mouth. Boy, right there. Listen. I get some more comments in. I'm gonna also hop over to Facebook and see what y'all got to say. Check YouTube too, see if somebody has some something in the comments on YouTube. Don't want to leave YouTube out of the conversation. Listen, y'all, she is an amazing woman of God. She has a ministry. She has these wonderful conferences. I'm gonna let her tell you about those too. LaShawn Brooks, how you doing, man? Come on and enjoying this conversation. How you doing, sis?
Hey, my friend and brother, I'm doing good.
Awesome-tastic. How you been?
I've been doing great. I'm excited. I'm honored that you all would want to hear what I have to say about this. It's probably unconventional and untraditional.
I'm sure it is, but that's what different perspectives are. Not everyone has the same perspective. So definitely, sis. Before you give us your opinion, though, tell us about the conferences that you've been hosting over the past. I've seen those for at least the last couple of years. Talk about those real quick.
Yes, we do different retreats at different times here in South Florida since we're right here where all the tourists love to come.
Right.
We do different retreats. One is called Friendship 10, and that is it's just a retreat where we have people come in and they just bring their best friends, and people are just learning how to do friendship on another level. And so we have moments where we're just healing. That's the biggest thing, healing so that we can connect and just have authentic relationships in a new way. So that's what we do here. We also just do healing retreats where we are just like literally focusing on helping people walk through some traumas, walk through insecurities, self-esteem issues, different things like that. And so we just do different things like that throughout the year.
So if Kiki came to the retreat, what would y'all do? What would be the first thing y'all do if she came in the door and signed up and showed up?
I would say the first thing is just allowing her to be her. Allowing her to be who she is, understanding that she comes from a generation that's different from a lot of our generations. And so I think expecting her to be something that she's not would be unfair to her. So just allowing her to come in and just be Kiki, whether that means that she has on a thong or whether that means she has on something that, we think is more admirable. It would just be allowing her to be who she is.
You sure you wouldn't go down with the lap cloth if she came
No.
No,
lap cloths available.
Somebody one of the ushers want to say, hey, lap cloth.
A quick lap cloth. But you know what? I think the reason why we respond like that is because we're afraid.
Do you think there's a level of, and I know generations change, but do you not agree that there's a level of appropriateness? Let me read his comment again, because I thought that even if I disagree with him concerning he's not married to her, but it is, they're in a relationship. This is what he said. He said, we live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case. Do you think there's any validity to what he's saying?
I definitely think there is, but I also think that is nobody else's business. That's something that you handle behind closed doors. One of the comments said it, and I agreed so much. Like, certain things you don't get on and blast your family members, your ex-girl, your ex whoever, your current whoever, and share personal feelings with them in public. That's just not a public thing. And so if you have beef with me, come to me. Don't go to the world about it. And so I think he made something that is so normal so much bigger than it had to be. And so it starts to make me think, like, did you just need some attention on this? What's the deal?
So you think grinding on Usher with a thong on the commercial on at a concert, you think that's normal?
If you look at the generation that is right now, it is. That is what is normal. Like, think about her age, right? And so people that are in this generation, that is kind of basically what happens. If you look at some of the other concerts that go on, that happens every single day. We just don't, it's just not pointed out. You know why? Because it's normal. I'm not saying that it is good or that it's a good representation of a woman who is a mom, but it is normal.
You know, LaShawn, if Nia did that, you like if you saw the video, you be like, Nia, get to the house right now, now.
You know, honestly, I do. I have a 23-year-old.
I know. Yes. Yeah.
Who is very well endowed, blessed by her mother's giftings times 10. So when you see my 23-year-old is like kapow, bang, boom. It is shocking, and there is no BBL. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy. So my 23-year-old, from the time she was young, she did not like to wear clothes.
Wow.
So that's just who she is. So when she would come home from school, she would literally be standing in front of the TV and she would be butt naked. And I'm like, wait, you just got home. Like, what are you doing? So that's just who she is. And if you are living down here in South Florida, wearing a whole lot of clothes don't make no sense down here in this mugginess. So people that live down here, when you see stuff like that, literally, that's just like, it's normal. So my 23-year-old, if you looked at her Instagram, you would be like, oh, Lord Jesus, is this the pastor daughter? Like, oh, God. But to me, because I honor her and because she's just being who she is, I love my daughter. I don't dog her out for how she, with the things that she show. Something I'm like, my God, sis, like, you sure you want to, you want to show all that? And are you able to attract the right people? Of course, I want to make sure that she is healthy in doing what she's doing. But I don't dog her out about it. I don't fuss her out about it.
And I think that's actually a topic for another show to delve into, because there is a challenge in terms of generational transitions and how you respond to this and how you respond to that. I'm sure I would love to have been in the room with to either see what Papa Ed said or what Pastor Calvin said. I know Pastor Ed was like, now.
Yeah, my dad gets real nervous about those types of things. He gets real nervous about it, but he's gonna make it.
This the smoothest response. Now you can do what you want to do. LaShawn, tell everybody how they can catch up with you to find out more about you, your ministry, or even your retreats.
Well, you can go to iQueenUp.com. That is my website. And so it's just real simple. iQueenUp. So it's just about taking people to the next level. And so you can go to iQueenUp.com and we can work together. We can talk together and do a whole lot together. I also have a podcast that is called Queen Tings with a $ for the S. And so they can reach me there as well.
Pastor LaShawn Brooks, thank you, man, for coming up and adding some great comments and perspective. Appreciate what you're doing. So glad to see you in the room today. I didn't even know you were in the room, and Eunice told me that you were here.
I appreciate the invite. Eunice invited me. I love you both so much. And so I'm just honored. I appreciate you guys.
We love you too, and look forward to seeing you soon. All right, sis. Listen, y'all, we continue the conversation. Donna.
Yes.
Thoughts, comments on, because what I really want to do is even kind of taking the page for what LaShawn was saying and really kind of talk about how do we land this, right?
Right.
Because we started the conversation. How do we land this? How do we take this to a place where some great insight, information, even change comes forth? I think that I think we sometimes and even when we get these opportunities to have conversations, I always want to make sure that we take the opportunity to actually give context, give a perspective, to heal. What if this was your daughter, if this was your son, okay, what would you pull them to aside and say to them? Because they're 29 years old. All right. So all of us on the panel, that could have been their daughter son age range. Okay. Everybody, many of y'all in the comments, they and daughter son age range, even grandchildren age range. So what would you say? Because again, we get these opportunities here to have a cultural conversation. Then what is the cultural benefit? What's the outcomes? It's always an opportunity. Let's have it, family. We'll be right back. We'll see y'all in just a minute. Don't go nowhere. We still talking about it, y'all. This is Akintunde Show. Kiki in the cheeks. We're getting into it. Is this for public consumption? The conversation, the relationship, what she had on, all of that. Don't y'all move. This is the Ak Show.
Hello, I'm Dr. Aaron Bishop, and this is my new book, For Such a Time as This, The Urgency of Now. In today's society, we need transformational leaders like never before. Transformational leaders are those who maximize the impact while creating positive change. If you're ready to create positive change and maximize your impact, please go get my book today at bishopspeaks.com. That's right, bishopspeaks.com, and order your copy today, For Such a Time as This.
It's the Akintunde Show.
Say what? Say what?
You heard what I said.
That's right, y'all.
The Akintunde Show.
Spell it.
A-K-I-N Tunde.
All right, y'all. Listen, coming up next week, next Wednesday, 8 o'clock a.m., live on social media, live on our website, wfmediagroup.inc.com. It will be the official announcement day of our upcoming television projects and even some of our live events scheduled for 2023, and 2024. And we'll be letting you know what we have in store. And we'll be also highlighting and shouting out many of our sponsors who've already signed on for our upcoming television properties. I tell people, y'all, we don't just have a venue. We don't have a place just for people to rent. I mean, people do. But it's also a production facility. And we got a lot of work to do, but we're already in full swing. So listen, make sure y'all are here in the house on next Wednesday morning. Next Wednesday also, it is day one of the Kingdom Content Workshop. All right. So if you ever wanted to create and produce content, what is content? Anything that you put on social media, anything that you put on video, anything that you put on YouTube, anything that you can license out to a television network or license out to a local TV station, or even do a licensing deal with some of the audio platforms as I do. Listen, you can literally be making money off your content while you sleep, and that is the truth of it. But is that for you? Should you be doing it? Right now, I think it's a great opportunity for kingdom entrepreneurs and for kingdom-minded individuals to give greater and a different context in the world today. So make sure y'all take advantage of this. Log on to wfmediagroup.inc.com/Kingdom Content Workshop. That's wfmediagroup.inc.com/Kingdom Content Workshop, and register today. And when you register, you get a free download of, actually it ain't really free. I hate when people say that. You paying for something, you just a part of the package. It ain't really free. You getting it, but you also get a download of our podcast setup. I'll show you how to literally have your podcast sounding just like this. There's some things that you can do, some settings, some mics, and some cords, and all the different things you need to buy to be able to have your podcast sounding just like this. I get a lot of compliments. People say, man, your podcast and your show sounds like a radio show or a television show. Believe me, we took a lot of time to get this doggone studio right. So yeah, log on to wfmediagroup.inc.com/Kingdom Content Workshop. My lovely wife is in the room, y'all. You know, Unissa's not always in the room, but she's in the room today. She's back from out of town for her birthday sabbatical. So I want to get Unissa back to the come on back up, Unissa. Unissa got something to add. Come on up, and I'm gonna play that joke too. I'm gonna play that joke again if anybody missed it earlier. How I had to.
Again,
Say what?
You did not have to play the joke again.
Why? I'm gonna play it. Why?
You always trying to put me on blast.
She said you do not have to play it again.
Hey, that's a true.
Look, don't mess around and make her post on social media about you today.
Listen, y'all. When I tell you that's a true story, that's a true story. Ain't no embellishment about that.
But here's the context. Here's the context to that clip. That clip was not that whole scenario was not about what I was wearing per se, even though I did look good.
Yeah, she looking real good.
But this was in our early 20s.
Yes, yeah.
And it was more about him wanting to keep me from going out. Period. It wasn't even about what I was wearing
with Kiki in the cheeks.
Yeah.
That's right.
We already that wasn't about control. I was like, hey, look, it's certain people you shouldn't be hanging around with. Because guess what? Unissa had killed nearly all of my old friends. All the dudes who I used to go get in trouble with, she had done cut all them jokers. Like the dudes would come by the house that, hey man, I don't think your wife like me. And sometimes I want to tell myself she don't.
Tyrone is not welcome around here anymore.
Don't think it, know it.
And some of them came to the house. She was like, you know what? I don't like him. I don't even know why. And I want to tell her. I couldn't tell her. I said, cause we used to do a lot of whole stuff together, and he still do whole stuff, and sometimes encourage me to do whole stuff, but I don't do whole stuff. But yeah, she had killed everything. So then I was like, hey,
why Tyrone got all that glitter on his shirt?
Because we was at the strip club. Come on in, Unissa. What you got to say, babe?
No, but the context, the point I'm trying to make. Well, one, so Akintunde and I, and this is, definitely for part 2 of this conversation. Akintunde and I, when we got together, we were not married, so we were similar to in the way that we had a child before we got married. We had 2 actually.
That's right.
They were at the wedding. In their little suits. And so, so there was a lot of that. I think it was a learning curve, right? And so when you're talking about young people, people who may have not had a role model to show them what right looks like in terms of how you conduct a relationship and then how you move forward in a healthy way. We didn't have that. At least I know I didn't have that. And because my parents were married to each other 3 times, so they were going back and forth. So it was not the role model that I needed to see. So I didn't know what it meant really to be a wife. And I don't think Akintunde knew what that role was either. No. But we fell into it and had 2 children and were acting like a wifey, acting like a hubby, trying to figure it out along the way.
Right.
And so I think I know the grace and the mercy is that there were people that came along beside us, and even to this day, still, because it's still we're a product of our environment and the sum total of our experiences. So we're still trying to overcome where we came from, kind of overcome our upbringing and what we were raised in terms of our mindset and all of that. So I think the next step, just to answer your question, the next step and the next evolution of this conversation, since you said, you want to land the plane, is that we want to be able to as our generation and just in general, just for the purposes of the people in this room, we want to be able to speak and minister, if you will, to the people who may not have don't have those role models the same way we didn't have those role models. And so you can't, just like LaShawn said, you can't beat people up. You can't beat women up. You can't, and even with the guy, clearly he needs guidance too. So you can't beat these young people up and then expect them to be able to come in a comfortable way to you to get guidance and wisdom. So we have to be, to some degree, open to the conversation. So I think that it's fine to have the conversation and it's necessary to have the conversation, but we also have to be in a mindset that we're not going to beat them up to the point where they're like, yeah, I'm not even going to discuss it, or I can't come to you because you're judging me, because then they're not hearing you. Then they're not going to hear anything you have to say. And so, so I think that's the next evolution of this conversation is how can we be compassionate, empathetic, but still maintain the standard and leave the door open for them to come and say, hey, this is the way it should go. This is the way you should do. And you're going to make mistakes, but here's how you recover.
Yeah. And I think to your point, definitely, we my father had left when I was 7 years old. So I didn't grow up seeing a man and woman interact with each other in a healthy, consistent relationship. So some things, we was in our 20s and 30s, really in our 20s and 30s, figuring stuff out. It was like crapshoot. It was like, hey, marriage. It was like, dang, that snake eyes. It was just bad in many ways, just like figuring stuff out. But by the grace of God, by being members of a good church, by being exposed to other relationships, even having some friends along the way who was like, yeah, man, that ain't how you want to do that or whatever. All my friends wasn't grimy. Some of them were, but all of them were not grimy. And Unissa has a couple of grimy friends too, but we won't talk about that. But anyway, but I thought that was good content. Shout out to Mother E, who's in the building. Mother E is in the building on Clubhouse. Shout out to her. And I always tell people it was one of the main reasons Unissa and I got married was because I saw her mom and I said, okay, that's what she gonna look like in 15, 20 years. All right. Praise the Lord, I can rock with that. And so, but and she still looks great. Still looks great. Still looks great. Yeah. But no, I think. But I'm coming to you, Pastor. I want to say this one last thing. I think one thing we do need to do is we need to keep having these conversations. This is why media is important. This is why representation is important. At the end of the day, y'all, this is not popular conversation probably on this perspective, and I think that it's clear that we need to be active in media as the body of Christ in the kingdom, and free to have different perspectives. Guess what? LaShawn didn't come up and say, hey, I agree with everything the way y'all said it. She gave another perspective, and that's the value of the body of Christ. We all not gonna have the same position on everything, and that's the value, I believe. Go ahead, Pastor Tuck. I'm coming to you, Don, and then we're gonna go to the comments.
All right.
It's a couple of things. When Unissa was talking about how we have to minister to these other generations without beating them up, as Sister LaShawn said that as well. The thing is, we can't be so far to the point of where we don't address these issues, because we look at the value system of where we are now. And it's going to the place of the enemy is influencing culture, generations, people to the point that there's so much negative stuff that's being influenced into our kids, our society, period. And everybody's in this place. Well, you got to accept them. At some point, we have to be able to tell them that's not good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even in the comment that Sister LaShawn said earlier, talking about there are people in other countries that don't wear much at all, and but it's our society and the sexualization of women and and the bodies and things of that nature. If we look at the globe as a whole, a lot of this stuff has come from our influence on the globe.
Hip hop culture,
country, the negative influence of America on the rest of the world. Because the rest of the world was more conservative than we were, and we've pushed our mess on the rest of the world. Yeah. Because if you look at so many of the shows that you see now of even the reality TV shows that we see of people in other countries, these are countries that were very conservative, and now you got reality TV shows taking place in these other countries, and these people of other cultures are acting like ratchet Americans.
Yeah.
And so it's not the fact that people in the other countries don't do this. This sexualization and all this stuff that's come out of America has polluted the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And so we've got to get to the place as the body of Christ and start representing the Christ standard and becoming the influence and the impact that we're supposed to be in the earth.
Right.
And that's what it has to be, and doing it in love, because we're not trying to beat anybody up. No. We're trying to say, hey, there is a standard, because when we the whole topic of the show is this for public consumption. There's a reason why there are doors on bathrooms, doors on bedrooms, and curtains on windows.
Yeah.
We build houses that way for a reason, because of privacy. And we've lost that sense in the world.
Right. I want to something here is I definitely want us to take into consideration, and that is today you got to understand that the broader culture celebrates a lot of things that we know to not be good for us in society, in our families. And a big thing we got to remember is the enemy is coming for our families, our household, our marriages, and our children. This is so. And one of the things, you know, you can argue the point of whether he should have done that publicly. I would agree with that, right? You can argue the point on whether they're married or not, and does he have the right?
Whether he has the right.
Right. You can argue that point, but don't misconstrue the value in what he said. Right. I thought the young man was spot on in what he said and what he espoused in his comments, right? And I'm telling you, y'all, this right here, do not fall for these tricks and traps, because what it's designed to do is to weaken the family. Here's the whole thing. You don't have a lot of these issues in other cultures. A lot of this stuff we have in today, this is about African American culture. And African American culture, whether that's music, whether that's style, we a lot of times shape the broader cultures, whether they realize it or not. If you a 62-year-old white dude and you right here saying stuff like, "Hey buddy, you know, drop it like it's hot," or "they hating on me," all that's hip hop culture. All those terms is hip hop culture. Okay, if you wobbling at parties, that's hip hop culture. So if the standards of the way Gabrielle goes out to award shows, or the standards, Jesus, of the way Janelle Monáe and Megan Thee Stallion, or the standards of what Kiki did in public becomes other culture standards, becomes either our children's standards, devil is a liar, then we have to gotta say, what are we sliding into in society?
Exactly.
What is that saying for us? What is that saying about us in our relationships? It's a deep dive, y'all. But Donna, I'm coming to you, and I'm coming to comments. We're gonna get ready to land this plane. I gotta show y'all something, y'all. I got my hands on something. I gotta show y'all something in just a little bit. Donna's shaking her head. She know where I'm about to go. And we're gonna get the Kingdom Business shout out in the day too. Go ahead, Donna.
Well, I just think that we've got to get our hands on the subcultures. Yeah. Those are the ones that are they're tiny cells that grow and metastasize until they're so large that they come into the culture and cover the culture.
Wow.
You know, so it's these little subcultures that are, you know, they're metastasizing everywhere. And you know, and we call it a fad. We call it a phase. But it takes over a lot of times. And we've got to be able to talk to our young people and not be afraid of their response when we say, you know what, let's have this conversation about why are you wearing that? And that's the conversation. It's like, don't wear that. You shouldn't wear, yeah. But why do you feel that this is necessary in your life for you to have this behavior or to wear this? What's going on with you? And be willing to hear what they have to say, not just shut them down. You got to be willing to hear what they have to say, because there's a definite cry of pain and hurt. Right. And I need acceptance. I need validation. What is it that we, as, you know, the elders, are able to help you with as you're struggling to find your way? Because 20s and 30s, you're struggling to find your way. You know,
figuring stuff out.
Right. You're figuring out, just like you were saying earlier about you and your Nissa, you're figuring it out. Yeah. The 30, 40, the 40, 50, 60, 70 people, we need to come to and say, okay, so what's going on? How can I help you, baby? Yeah. What do you need? You know, instead of you, you know, a lot of times when we come at them like that, they don't, you know, they're already put up a wall. Boom, I'm not listening to you. And they already think that you can't tell me nothing. But baby, I'm not right trying to tell you anything right now. I want to hear what you have to say right now. So then we can have the conversation. And I think that's where it starts. But I did want to say this. As a marketing strategy, this thing took Kiki to another level. This put her on the map in a whole new way. Now she's getting endorsements for other things now. She just got this eyeglassware endorsement And they were like, she's going to be the great ambassador for our company. We really feel she's going to be great. And she may well be. She may well be. But I just said, I was just looking at it from a marketing standpoint. It couldn't be you couldn't have planned this any better.
Kiki Palmer.
Exactly.
Where? Address.
Everywhere.
We may. Call Kiki. Says she want an endorsement deal.
Yes.
Print 10,000 more booty addresses and send them to America now.
That's right. That's it.
Go stand in the corner right now.
You're going to see them wearing it. You're going to see them wearing it. So everybody going to be wearing it. It's going to be cheeks out everywhere now.
Boyfriend dress and do a maternity version as well with the stomach out. Yes.
And the butt out.
And the butt out.
Yep.
Hot garbage.
Yep, that's what it's going to be.
Donna, but you mentioned
in the corner right now.
Send y'all emails to Pastor Tuck.
Today's mic, please. Me and Donna will end the show from this point.
I have.
Thank you. 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 Thank you.
He took me off the Oh, that was hilarious. Oh, I deserve to be off screen for that. But Donna, you said something about metastasizing. Mm-hmm. That is so key because it grows, and by the time you recognize that it's actually sucking the life out of you, it's too late. It's too late. It's like metastasized. Cancer. Yeah,
it's like cancer.
Yeah.
Yes. And it has become cancerous, and we don't realize that all of the stuff that's happening in our society has been for one purpose, and that's to destroy the family.
Yeah.
Because everything on this planet was built off the family.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything.
The church was established out of the family.
America.
And society was established out of the church.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so if Satan can kill the family, he can kill everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the entire onslaught is after the family. If you're not paying attention to these things that are happening, every one of these agendas is after family. Yeah. And like you said, whether he had a right to, whether he should have did it publicly or not, dude said, I'm trying to fight for my family, and everybody's attacking him. Why?
Yes.
I mean,
what are you doing fighting for your family?
And again, the double standard for me is if the shoe's on the other foot and he had done something similar, folks would be saying, girl, leave him.
Right.
He garbage. He gonna do this. This is the future.
Hot garbage.
You know. And but
it's freeing, empowering for her.
But see, look at you talking about the family, right? Watch this right here, y'all. To both of y'all's point. Look at this week. I think it was yesterday I saw on the news, and I watch news on YouTube and on replay a lot of times, so sometimes the news is a day or too late. But there was a massive flood in the Northeast, a couple of states above you, Pastor Tuck. And it was a lot of folks that were literally 10 inches of rain in over a few hours. You had people's houses, homes, cars being swept away, right? You had homes in California, literally a mudslide, a hill slide, houses. One house slides into another house, slides into another house. Could you imagine? Let's say, take this into context for a minute. Could you imagine you in your house chilling, watching TV, and you know it's raining, but could you imagine your neighbor's house sliding into your house, then sliding down the hill into another house, and then the ground opens up, and some of those houses literally go into the ground. Okay, why do I bring that up? Because that's a disaster. When those things happen, we go back to primitive ways. It ain't about the internet. It's not about how much money you make. It's not about your job. The structure of society has to be set up in a way to appropriately respond to situations like that. And one of the biggest issues that I have today, that my biggest concern is that they are not men in the houses. Some men are in the house, but not men in the house. Some men are not in the house, and some women don't want the man in the house. We got to be careful as African Americans what we support, celebrate, and promote concerning our families. We got to get some things back in line. Fellas, we need to learn a lot of things. We need to learn how to appropriately respond to our wives. And many of us need to learn how to adjust to what the times are. But don't never lose the foundation of what God set in order. Ladies, I know you do things differently and some things have changed, but never lose the foundation of what God set in order. Because when you're in a situation where there's we one natural disaster away from this country, this world, going back to 1850. One natural disaster. No power, no internet. We already got fuel shortages. What we gonna do, y'all? What we gonna do? And we have to recognize that, and we have to prepare our children for where we're going, for what's happening in this culture. And we can't celebrate nonsense and foolishness. We are confirming, celebrating, promoting that which God set and called sin. God didn't set it, but God called it sin. We are celebrating what God calls foolishness and dysfunction, and we know it to be. I understand. We got to be open, and we got to be willing to help people.
Different generation.
We got to love. Yeah. See, here's the whole thing. Sin is sin in 2023, and sin is sin in 1823. It's the same sin. We got to be able to call it that, but call it in love and properly respond. And understand this right here, ladies. This thing, last thing I'm gonna tell you this right here, ladies. I know this ain't gonna be popular, but men and men, dudes is dudes. And ain't even in a weakened state, there's some foundational things about men that's still the same. Even Tristan, 17 years old, one of our full-time employees at WF Media Group. Tristan, me and Donna and Tristan were talking about this like pre-show. Tristan, as young as he is, Tristan, oh no, that's wrong. Oh no. But righteous indignation, oh no. 17 years old, had one girlfriend in his life. You're like, hey, it's true, Tristan. Ain't like you got no bevy of relationship to pull from. Tristan's like, no, absolutely not. I'm like, wow. Young fella, 17 years old. This is his perspective. So let me go to a full screen. The other night, Jaleel kicked off his Before Bills marathon right here at WF Media Group. We had a ball. Hold on, before I go to this, before I mess with Donna. This doggone Uno mess y'all got going on. This new Uno.
What in the world?
We gotta talk about it.
You need to learn how to play spades.
I did say that, Pastor Tuck.
Here we go. Here we go.
Uno. That's why you need to learn how to play spades.
You need to learn
don't change. You need to learn a man's game.
Uno is a man's game, Pastor Tuck. I rebuke that.
Uno is a child's game.
Grab me the Uno card box I
change. The rules
Uno
don't
is a child's game. You need to learn a man's game. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I played Uno, but when I became a man, I learned how to play spades.
You was playing Uno. You was playing spades when you was 7 years old. You was a child then. You talking about you?
That's right. I was a man then.
Let me just say,
the rules have changed. The game has changed up. Spades never changes.
My God, hey, where's some of the cards?
Don't endorse that fool.
Some of these whack Uno cards.
They was playing crazy things. I was like, what?
It took
what is this?
A negative shout out to Corey Johnson, my brother-in-law, who was a confirmed cheater. Negative shout out, Corey. Corey was cheating.
He gets the big C.
Corey probably don't know how to play spades either.
Blatantly cheating. He was blatantly cheating.
Probably don't know how to play spades either. The way he was advocating Uno, he probably don't know how to play spades either.
Look, like, okay, this right here, you get to the end, and I understand Uno. Y'all got to keep people buying decks, so I get it. So y'all do this little thing here where y'all now make it where you got to shuffle the hands. I get it, but some of these other things y'all got. So this is what I did playing the other day in Jaleel's Before Bills marathon. We were almost out of time. We were really out of time. You can write whatever you want, and I put a draw 12. I did a draw 12. I wrote draw 12. Yeah. That's
crazy.
Now they got their own custom cards.
They do, Pastor Tuck.
Yeah, they
do.
But some of the rules that Corey and CJ, Deja Schroeder's boyfriend, who came and joined. Some of that stuff y'all just cheating. Y'all making up stuff. But we got to get up out of here. But anyway, go to a full screen. So this is Donna brought some quisp.
And Donna buying cereal at yard sales. You need to cut it out.
I got
Need
that
to
from
cut it out.
Amazon. Thank you,
You
Amazon.
done bought that at a yard sale. That cereal expired in 1962. You eat that cereal, the cereal got asbestos in it. They did a recall.
Nope. Look, what's the date on it?
The date on it
Y'all
says
done wrote that in pen like you did on that Uno card.
it says please it's by 2021. No, they say it was made in 2021. I'm like,
It was made. That's 1921.
I'd never heard of Quisp. And when Donna was talking about, like, what is Quisp? And this Donna loves this, y'all.
I did when I was a kid. I don't know what it
That box was
tastes like
originally
now.
black and white. Donna painted it. She took her time with a magic marker and colored that in.
I'm gonna buy some milk and
they
eat
got
some of this.
Look, they got a cartoon on the back and everything, right?
It sure does. It does. It's old school. It's got the
Old
full
school.
cartoon
Cartoons on the
story on the
back.
back of it.
Yep.
Quisp. I could not.
telling you.
I could not let this pass without showing off the box.
Look, nobody
We
has
gonna
done
eat that.
animation like that since the 40s. Stop it.
That's why you know it's true.
Oh, we gotta
That's
get
why
up
we
out of
know
y'all.
it's old.
Listen, y'all, we gotta get up. I said I was gonna make sure I got the Kingdom Business shot, but I don't have time. It's 11:56. We gotta get up out of here.
All right.
But let me see.
Kingdom shout out is the yard sale that Donna found that at. Give a shout out to them people. They should have cleaned their cabinets out a long time ago.
Thank you, Miss Monica, whoever that.
Oh my God! So did you brought this from a person and
I
not?
bought that from Amazon. It was on Amazon.
She bought it at somebody's yard sale. And they had an original bottle of
go
Tang
on
left in the
Amazon.
glass bottle. They had Tang in the glass bottle.
He said the
Right
glass
next to that
bottle.
can of
Yeah.
Sanka.
You know how many years you got to go back to find some Tang in a glass bottle?
Man,
And,
years.
look, and they had a can of Sanka.
We gotta do a show on old school products.
Oh my God!
And find and see if we can find those old school products. That would be a good segment.
I was a
Old school
kid and I
products.
hated instant coffee. My grandma used to make the best. My grandmother Mary used to make the best, like the pot coffee. You brew it with the little silver pot with the little bubble at the top that tell you when it's ready.
Yeah, with the little clear joint.
Percolating.
Yes,
Percolating.
yes. And she turned me on to fresh brewed coffee. She would let us drink coffee. Me and Khalid. I don't know if Khalid liked it or
old
not.
were you?
Probably about 12, 10, something like that. You know. And she was like,
Should have been learning to play spades. He out there drinking
He out
coffee.
there drinking coffee. He was trying to be grown, drinking coffee.
and I was like, that's so
why he
tasty.
needed, that's why he needed Tussie. He started stinking early.
We off the
When you
rails,
drinking
y'all.
that coffee, you gonna put some Tussie on.
We off the rails. It's all we out of time. We did a full 2 hours a day. 11:50. We gotta go, y'all. Listen,
All
family.
right.
This is a good conversation. Take this conversation to your families, to your relationships. Make sure your relationship is right. Don't let it start no argument in your house. Because this right here could be some foolishness and some mess. But no, really talk about culture, context, and talk about what's appropriate for you, for your relationship, for you as a woman, as a single woman, as a married woman, for you as a man, as a married man, as a single man, for your children. What is appropriate? Here's a great opportunity to have a kingdom conversation. What's the perspective on this from a kingdom point of view? And that's what we want to do here. Listen, we got to get up out of here, y'all. Listen. Thursday, Paul Briggs, y'all. Tell them about the show Thursday coming up, Donna.
Thursday, we will have our family in here. Paul Briggs is going to talk about the apology language.
Yeah.
Apology language. So we're excited to do that. Ak will not be here on Thursday.
Yeah, I'll be in Vegas for the Stellars. I'll be in Vegas for the Stellars. So, yeah.
And so we will be holding it down, me, Pastor Tuck, and Paul Briggs. So stay tuned.
All right, y'all, we got to get up out of here. Yo, go to the After the Ox Show room, hosted by Paul, Celeste, and who's the third person? Lord have mercy. Who's the third person? Is it Kimberly? No, Ashley. Go to the After the Ox Show room. I'm sorry, Ashley. I had a brain fart. But listen, we got to get up out of here. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Enjoy your day. Go win and be victorious. This is the Akintunde Show. We broadcast right here on Facebook in the Ox Show room. Until next time, until Thursday, we're going to see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.
Love your family. Peace.